Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is Spyderco64 back again with a Marvel video. And this is the first ever Marvel video I've done in a long time. And in today's video, I am going to be reviewing a movie it's taken 10 years for us to get here. From Iron Man 1 to this movie right here. Today, I am going to be reviewing Marvel's newest addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Avengers Endgame. So, with that being said, let's get straight on to the review. But before we begin the video, or begin the actual review, warning, spoilers for this movie. And by the way, just all throughout this whole entire past Friday, a lot of people have really been stressing me out. I mean, a lot of people have been trying to spoil Avengers Endgame for me, and honestly, I was really getting mad over this past Friday. But I'm now cool and collected, so now let's just get straight into the review. So, yeah. So if you don't want to listen to anything I want to say, go watch the movie and then come back. So, yeah, now let's get on to the actual review. So, Avengers Endgame, overall, in my opinion, this has got to be the best Marvel movie ever. And by the way, this is the longest Marvel movie ever, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But just from everything from the characters in the movie, how the characters when we first started out with them, and they're here now. There's a lot of characters in this movie that a lot of them were just great in this movie. So yeah, and this is basically an overall rundown of the plot. So Avengers Endgame takes place 22 days after the snap, after Thanos used the Infinity Gauntlet to wipe out half of the universe. And so after that happened, the Avengers go out and try to track Thanos and where he's at. While that was happening, Captain Marvel finds Tony and Nebula in space, and they bring them back to Earth. And afterwards, they find Thanos in a little deserted planet, and basically they try to get him to say where are the stones, the Infinity Stones, but then he says that he used the stones to destroy the stones. And then afterwards, Thor proceeds to chop off his head, hinting the phrase, "You should have gone for the head." And afterwards, 5 years later, the world move on, and a lot of people, just this world after the snap, like this post-apocalyptic world, it sounds, pretty scary and all that. But and really a lot of the Avengers are really not even, they basically don't know what to do at this point, and that there's no second chance. And so then afterwards, Ant-Man, who was in the quantum realm for actually 5 hours, but in actual reality, in just the normal Earth world, he was gone for 5 years. And basically at this point in time, he finds out that there could be a way to fix the snap by going back into time. And so then the Avengers get hope once again, and they go out to basically try to stop Thanos by getting the Infinity Stones before him, back in time, before he did in the future. So, yeah, that's basically kind of the rundown of the plot. That's basically the plot right there. And just really, I'll go over each and every single character in the movie that I liked. Okay, first off, I liked Captain America, or Steve Rogers, Tony Stark, Thor, Bruce Banner, who else, like Rocket, War Machine, Nebula, and who, also, just Black Widow, Hawkeye. I mean, I gotta just say that out of all the characters in the movie, I think my favorite one has to be around could be around maybe Captain America, Black Widow, or Hawkeye. It was just great. And oh, by the way, for any of you who are just wondering, uh, you know, about like really what are my thoughts about the ending parts of the movie, and just to explain to us to why the movie is really 3 hours long. Well, one, okay, out of all the scenes in the movie, the time traveling part was pretty cool and all, that stuff. But then the final battle scene where basically in the movie where Hulk uses the Infinity Stones to snap his fingers, and then that brought everyone back that we lost in the first movie. It brought back Black Panther, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, the Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of the characters that I can't really name off the top of my head right now, but yeah, then that big old battle scene. That was just awesome, man. And also, by the way, the coolest moment in the movie for me was Captain America fighting off Thanos one-on-one. And also, my other favorite part of this movie was when Tony Stark, Iron Man, beats Thanos, and he said he is Iron Man. So, yeah, and in terms of Iron Man's death, I'll be very honest, I was kind of expecting it, considering one, that Robert Downey Jr., this is probably going to be his last movie, and either they kill him off or retires, and they went with the killing route, which I guess is the best thing to do at this point. And it wasn't bad as one of my figures just fall over. If you can hear in the background, but yeah. But that was not only the saddest death in the movie. The one death I was not expecting was Black Widow's death. Plus, I'm actually one of the few guys I'm actually kind of mad that Black Widow dies in the movie. I feel like maybe Hawkeye should have been the sacrifice, but then again, I don't want both of them to be a sacrifice at all just to get the Soul Stone, but both of those deaths in the movie were just pretty sad to me, stuff like that. And just the ending scene where Captain America goes back in time, to put the Infinity Stones back, but then goes back in time to see Peggy and basically promise her that date so long ago. And that was just pretty great. And oh, by the way, Sam Wilson, new Captain America. Yeah, so that's, it's the same thing in the comics, so I guess that's pretty cool and all. So just overall with this movie, the characters that we knew to come and love, like the original Avengers, all of them were great in this movie. Every character was great in this movie. And, I really have nothing to complain about in this movie. Other than one, I was skeptical on who would defeat Thanos. Like, I had this gut feeling that Marvel was gonna, that the Russo brothers, or maybe Disney was gonna force them to have Captain Marvel to be the one to destroy Thanos. And obviously, if that were to happen, the movie for me would have been super bad. It would have been lame. Oh, by the way, Captain Marvel's haircut at the end of the movie, she looks like a feminist. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right now. Also, by the way, out of all the characters Marvel introduced, Captain Marvel's my least favorite one. And no, it's not because she's a female superhero, but honestly, just because, seriously, honestly, really nothing interesting really much about her. Nothing really interesting much about her. Really. Honestly, I was thinking about in the battle, how they're going to defeat this. Then Captain Marvel comes in, and it's kind of lame. Yeah, to me, Captain Marvel just seems like this overpowered bitch, if you want. But, yeah, but she, but then again, she's most likely going to be in more and more movies. No, by the way, I don't really care what Brie Larson, yeah, just whatever, but, yeah, so I was glad that Captain Marvel was not the one to defeat Thanos and that it was Iron Man. So, yeah. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Overall, this has to be my favorite MCU movie ever, and this concludes the Thanos storyline. And it's not stopping here, guys. It's not stopping here. There's gonna be a lot of more Marvel movies to come in the near future. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.